Welcome, everyone. Welcome into Purple Lunar Rose Tarot and Astrology. We are going to be talking about the week of July 23rd through the 29th. I am going to go over the cosmic influences. I will do a collective current energy, and then I will offer some free readings at the end. So I see Nama has been with us since 2:29 p.m. Thank you, Nama, for coming and waiting with us. Diana's here. Hi, Miss Tina. All right, ladies, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the astrology. Um, I was going to say really quickly, Diana, if you could help me out. I see your rose. I finally got to see it. It's over on YouTube, of course, but I use my StreamYard. So I can't notice if there's, we have the super chats now, guys, and I can't see it. So if you guys could let me know if anyone does send one, and of course we thank them graciously, right? But I just can't see it. So if you guys could let me know, I would appreciate it. And let me know. We have picture and sound, okay? Miss Al is with us. Thank you, Miss Al. All right, so let's jump in and get started. July 23rd, I think, is the biggest date. So if you guys are circling your calendars, which I do recommend doing, Chiron is going retrograde in Aries. Remember, guys, Chiron is going to be your wounded healer. Um, so this energy going retrograde, remember, is an opportunity for us to revisit that planet's energy. Awesome. Thank you, Diana. And so when we're revisiting Chiron energy, this is about our healing journey, right? In this lifetime. So the question we're asking ourselves is, are we sure we want to heal? Are we sure that remember, Aries, passion, drive, guys. So are we sure that we want to make it our number one focus with no distractions? We're really asking ourselves if we're wanting to put everything we have into our healing journey. So take this day, July 23rd, guys, to lick your wounds. That Grand Cross or Grand Square Cross was, well, clearly I have no words. So I mean, that's how it was. And I feel like everyone kind of felt that very impactful energy. What I will say about the Grand Cross is I feel we have, different grand crosses, cardinal crosses, and fixed crosses, and whatnot. But I feel like this one for 2023 is going to be the most significant, the most impactful, and maybe the most challenging. So if you made it through and you're still standing like the lady in the picture, pat yourselves on the back, right? But yes, take July 23rd as Chiron goes retrograde in Aries to lick those wounds because you made it. And this is the time that you will rise again. Also on July 23rd, we have Mercury and Leo, and Mercury and Leo is going to be square to Uranus and Taurus. Remember, a square is just like that square cross we just experienced, right? It means that things are challenging. So I put havoc here because that's kind of what this energy is going to cause. And you want to be cautious at this time with any harsh words in your communication. And you can also maybe want to be cautious about feeling excluded from situations. Make sure that's, not just you just believing something or thinking something. A lesson that I learned this week, guys, is just because you have a thought or you think something does not make it true, right? But I will say this, guys. I know this week sounds a little Chiron retrograde. We're not fans. And then Mercury and Leo being square to Uranus and Taurus is a little challenging. But if you look there on your screen, July 27th, so as we're moving towards the middle, the end of the week, Mercury in Leo still goes conjunct with Venus in Leo. Remember, Venus is divine feminine energy, guys. And this is definitely unconditional love energy. So that's why I put love to the rescue, and you made it. But yes, be cautious on the 23rd and the 27th. Understand that this is a healing energy, a loving energy, and get ready to strut your stuff because not only did you make it through something as challenging as the Grand Cross, but that new moon, guys, new moon in Cancer energy was also almost just as impactful, right? All right, so that is going to be all the astrology that I wanted to mention. So I'm going to go ahead and take the video down. I do have just a few announcements, guys. You see those purple roses next to my moderators. That's because they have joined our PLR tribe on YouTube. So we are now monetized. We are now partnered with YouTube. We made it, guys. So yes, if you want to join, there is that information. You can do that over on our YouTube channel. All right, let's see what else. Etsy readings, guys. Etsy readings are going to be in the Etsy shop. I'm probably going to slow down with the live readings, the free readings that we've been doing. I do have a trip coming up. I'm in the middle of jury duty. And yeah, so private reading is going to be Etsy shop. People have been asking me which one I recommend other than the twin flame current energy, of course. And it is going to be the symmetry and compatibility chart. That is going to be over in the Etsy shop. And that's going to be perfect for those of you that are questioning like who is who, right? Remember, we have karmic relationships, soulmate relationships, and twin flame relationships. A lot of times I do feel like people get confused. Put the person in the wrong slot type of situation. But I do have the ability now to put your charts together, kind of like the one that you see on your screen now. And there is definitely some telltale signs that can be on your chart that will let me know what type of relationship or connection this is. So guys, Etsy shop, right? All right. 11. Who saw 11? Third time today. I love it. Lots of numbers, synchronicities today, definitely. The energy is a little calmer. I know we just talked about next week, but I feel like we definitely dealt with a little bit of that Mercury and Leo square to Uranus and Taurus energy already. We're definitely having to be more cautious with our words. But I feel like I put some shorts out today, guys. I don't know if you guys seen them. If you didn't, make sure to go check them out for me. It helps me kick them out into the algorithm. But there was one in particular that I posted with the world, and I do feel like we're kind of stuck in this energy of we're awakening. So we're learning about oneness and source, right? You're me, I'm you. Me and Nama were just talking about that. But we're also learning about unconditional love because of the specific spiritual journey that we're on, right? But then we're also learning to stand up for ourselves and protect ourselves. So yeah, very challenging energy. All right, guys, I'm going to use tarot, and I'm actually just going to use 3 decks. I've pulled out the Magic of the Unicorn that Sandra gifted me. And then I've pulled out the purple tarot that my middle son gifted me from New Orleans. You guys remember those? And then Diana gifted me the Angels and Ancestors, and that's what we're going to use for guidance. And I did pull out the OG messages. Guys, I don't have any specific readings set out for tonight because I don't know how many I'm going to be able to do. Hi, Rachel. But I am told that I should offer free readings at the end. So I guess it's just going to be whoever's here hanging out. And then I'll probably offer some current energy readings. I don't know. I guess Spirit will tell me as we move through, right? But let's go ahead and get started. I moved things around a little bit today. I wanted a little bit cozier spot. And I like to be able to look out the window. All right, guys. So I just felt like this wave of calmness. So I don't know who sent that, but I appreciate you. All right, let's look at the masculine energy first. So we have Ace of Cups coming out. Oh, it's strong. Ace of Cups, overflow of emotion. Definitely could be heightened intuition, but I felt tears, like actual tears. All right, so I just want to say I do see the rainbow in the picture. So there is this energy like, what is that Over the Rainbow song? I don't know why I'm I don't know. But anyway, it's like this energy of like things, there's light at the end of the tunnel, right? That type of energy. All right, let's look at feminine energy next. The Hierophant. I studied the Hierophant today. Guys, 78 Degrees of Tarot, I believe is what that book is called. And beautiful book where she goes through and really explains the cards and the pictures, right? She is talking about Rider-Waite, but remember all tarot is based, pretty much the same. But the keys, you guys remember how I was talking about the keys recently, and I was like, there was something about the keys that were sticking out to me, and I was like, we were the keys. Today, okay, so these keys are golden. Again, light at the end of the tunnel. But in my purple tarot, I noticed I accidentally pulled Three of Swords. That's where we are. But I accidentally pulled the Hierophant out, and the Hierophant's keys were black. And so I realized it's like every time we saw this card, which represents, like spirituality, religion, I don't know why, but I just heard the Pope. But it's like it represents this energy, and I've always felt like we were conforming to a certain energy, and I kept feeling like I wanted to rebel against that energy. I didn't want to conform, right? But it's interesting because now the Hierophant to me is like not necessarily religion, but more of a spiritual lesson. It's like she was talking in the 78 Degrees of Tarot about the keys in the Hierophant. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the energy that I've been feeling this whole time. And so I thought it was interesting that they're black in the purple tarot. And when they're black, it's supposed to mean like the shadow side, right? How many of you guys have been doing shadow work? Right? Look at that, the Death card on the bottom. All right, so let's look at bridging energy. I think the feminine energy, the Hierophant, you are conforming, but it's this energy of you are surrendering to your spiritual journey. I will say, I find it interesting that her back is turned to the masculine. All right, let's look at the bridging energy. I should use those cards more often, shouldn't I, Michelle? All right, so Two of Pentacles comes out. All right, so Two of Pentacles is the energy that there's not enough of something. It definitely could be resources, right, with the Pentacles, but a lot of times when this card comes out, especially in the Magic of the Unicorns, this is an energy of I'm being pulled in too many directions. I can't go here and there at the same time. It could definitely be an energy about, this is higher self, not higher self, but bridging energy. So it's a spiritual lesson that both energies are learning right now. So this could be, do you see the infinity sign? So infinity means forever, always, more than enough, right? So there's this energy here that I'm getting, like where we could both be in a lack mentality or lack energy. And I don't think it's a mentality, but it's an energy. And what I mean by that, like, so remember we were talking a couple days ago about how the divine feminine energy with that grand cross. And I mentioned how there would be a rise, right? But in order for you to rise, sometimes you have to fall. So for many of us, and I mean, I'm not saying that divine masculine didn't feel this energy too, but I don't think they felt it to the extreme that divine feminine felt. In fact, I think they kind of led the way as to what was going to happen and how it should be handled, is kind of the energy that I get. But Two of Pentacles is like, what I'm seeing is that there's this energy that there's not enough of something, but we are all of everything, right? We are whole, we are one, we are source, we are connected to all the things. So it's like the connection. There's something about like you can gather more resources. It's infinite. You're not going to run out, but there's definitely like this is the lesson. All right, let's clarify a little bit. All right, so we have Seven of Wands coming out. Seven of Wands is about having to fight for something or fight someone off, definitely. It could be an energy of competition. It could also be an energy of healthy boundaries. All right, so the Strength card and the Infinity sign is not getting away from me, definitely coming out. And the Strength card is about an internal conflict. There's definitely something here where you're having to like pull deep. I just got that picture. Okay, so every once in a while when I see the Strength card, I get this vision in my head where you hear the stories about, like, I don't know, this mother, you know, her child was, I don't know, hit by a car or something, and she like lifts the car up off her child. You know what I'm saying? Like this crazy energy that like normal humans don't have, right? So when I see the Strength card, especially when it's coming out for Divine Feminine, it's this energy of you had to pull from deep inside and find a strength that maybe you didn't even know you had, right? But I think you did it. All right, let's look at the Two of Pentacles. Mama says, Lord have mercy. Oh, the Devil comes out. All right, so the Devil is strong Capricorn energy. But the Devil also represents things that are toxic and unhealthy. Right now, I know that for me personally, in my own journey, I'm dealing with breaking toxic cycles. It's really interesting because I'm also learning how I create toxic cycles. And yeah, right. Boundaries, guys, boundaries. It's so interesting how important boundaries are. We think that boundaries are for us to protect us from other people. But I would definitely say at this point in my healing process that boundaries are there to protect you and others, honestly. But again, me and Mama talked about that too. But yeah, we're definitely breaking away from any type of karmic cycles. And yes, Mama, I'm going to mention, I hear you, I'm almost hearing you like say, make sure you mention it. But we really need to, she kind of touched my heart today when she gave me this message that we need to make sure that we are not, how did you word it? Like attacking our inner child. So what I'm going to say is sometimes we don't handle things to the best of our abilities, right? Like sometimes we're not fully grounded, and we're riding the wave. But we can't like, I don't know, like we can't beat ourselves up because we are not healing perfectly. Do you know what I mean? She says, sounds about right. Okay, I hope so. All right, so I'm going to do, wow, I didn't pull a head, heart, and higher self. How interesting. Didn't see that coming, guys. So sorry. I thought I had pulled out, oh yeah, I did. I was like, what? All right, so Gilded Tarot. Gilded Tarot will do head, heart, higher self. And remember, we're clarifying with the Purple Tarot. Expecting and compassion to throw places of hurt and anger. All right, let's start masculine side again. Head, heart, higher self. So what masculine energy is thinking? So we have Knight of Cups. Ooh, I swear I see Knight of Wands. Interesting. Knight of Cups is about getting courage, trying to gather the courage to deliver a message. I know that normally the Knights are very courageous, and they travel to unknown lands to deliver messages, have communications about whatever their energy is, their element. And this is cup, so this is going to be water, emotions, feelings. So I'm getting a reversal energy. So it's like I'm trying to get the courage to be able to say how I feel. All right, let's look at feminine energy. Lifting cars, apparently. Lifting cars. All right, so we have the Hanged Man coming out. Okay, so that's going to be the fall. There is a feeling of sacrifice this time with the Hanged Man. You see his coins coming out of his pocket. So a lot of times the Hanged Man can represent being stuck in your head. And I feel for like some of us, divine feminine energy, that could definitely be very true. But what I'm getting is that there has been a sacrifice. But the energy is like the sacrifice had to happen so that you could get out of your head. So it's almost like you weren't able... Ooh, I almost got it. But it's like you weren't able to lift that car for the longest time because you were stuck in your head, right? And then it's like you finally realized, oh, I have to release this thing so that I can get better, right? That was supposed to be heart and not supposed to be higher self. So there is definitely this energy of sacrifice. I had to give something up. And the lesson, I feel like it's just confirmation of what I just said, is the higher self lesson for the masculine is going to be because of this unknown energy, this mystery, the thing that we're supposed to solve, right? So yeah, definitely a sacrifice. Miss L spoke with a group today about compassion. All right, let's look at masculine energies, headspace. Ace of Wands. So what they want to talk about, masculine energy wants to talk about fate, destiny, action. The Hanged Man, sacrifice, but no longer stuck in this loop. I'm definitely getting like this energy with the Hanged Man of in my head, in a loop. And in order to break that cycle, break that loop, or release my mind from that loop, it's like I have to sacrifice something. I have to let these coins fall wherever they fall. I just heard that fall as they may energy. And it's like I can't reach out for them. I can't place them where I want them to go. I just have to let it go. King of Wands is here. King of Wands. Okay, so again, Wands, Aries, strongly. A lot of fire signs. Remember, guys, North Node is now in Aries. It's officially in Aries yesterday. If you're on this journey, your North Node, well, I mean, really if you're born, your North Node tells you what your purpose is and where you're going. If you're on this specific journey, your North Node tells you what service, right? I know, right? I feel like we don't talk about that often enough. But if you feel like you resonate with my readings, or like my readings pull out your heartstrings, whether it's the masculine energy or the feminine energy, or whether it's both, because remember, we have both of these energies within us. Again, if you're on this very specific journey, you have this counterpart, this person, that's here. But yeah, it's like you're here for service. You're here to heal so that you can shine your light, right? Like help other people heal. King of Wands is know what you're capable of. Know what you're capable of, and know when you're capable of doing it. Again, if you're on this journey with me, you're an empath. You feel everyone's feelings. I heard Rich say it earlier. It's easy for you to put yourself in other people's shoes. Me and Nama talked about this earlier too. Again, it's because you're me and I'm you, right? We're one. But King of Wands, know what you're capable of and what you're not capable of at certain parts of your journey. Six of Swords is here for masculine energy, and Six of Swords says that you're being guided. You're being shown, ooh, I hit the table, but you're being guided and shown the way. I know, like for me personally, that's true in my journey. Whether the masculine energy follows that guidance or not, I guess we'll see, right? All right, let's pull feminine's head, heart, higher self. All right, so we have Two of Swords in the head space. We have Queen of Swords, thank goodness, in the heart space. And we have Eight of Wands coming out for higher self. I do notice no major arcanas here and two major arcanas for masculine. Remember, guys, major arcana is spirit, divine fated energy. Minor arcanas are us, right? So it tells me that spirit is really in the masculine's life right now. Spirit is really there, guiding, directing, trying to show the way, which means you're seeing, synchronicities. Synchronicities are like it could be numbers like the 1111, the 333. It could be your name, somebody else's name. It could be just something that relates to you personally. And it's the universe definitely trying to get your attention to show you something, to show you the way, right? I feel like for feminine energy, we're under this test, and this is going to be the Venus retrograde energy. Remember, Venus retrograde starts on the 22nd, guys. But this energy, so that means this week that we're looking at, the 23rd through the 29th, this energy that we're looking at here, definitely is like you're going to be feeling like you're being tested, like you're getting one thing thrown at you after another. And you may even feel like, does the spirit have your back? Does the universe have your back? And here's what I'm going to say. This is what's happening to me personally. And I know that, one, did you guys know you can make spirit mad? Yeah. If spirit tells you something repeatedly over and over and over and over, and you don't do it, so that's going to be all of us, okay? And you don't do it, it's like it's almost like, okay, so spirit loves us unconditionally. Source is never going to go, oh, you're on your own, forget you don't listen. That's never going to happen, okay? It's unconditional. But we have to learn, and we have to learn in certain ways. And some of us learn in very challenging ways. But I do feel like there's this energy of, I'm not going to tell you anymore. I just need you to do it. Right? All right. So Two of Swords, when I first turned it over for the feminine energy, I was like, oh my gosh, I just got done saying that you're not in your head, that you're not stuck. Right. But it's like, still don't feel that. When the Queen of Swords came out, again, thank you, Rich, for today's Aries mid-month. But when the Queen of Swords came out, I definitely got the energy that you're no longer stuck. You've unstuck yourself, right? Okay, so Two of Swords, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't know what to do. So I just keep going back and forth, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, right? And then Queen of Swords comes out in the heart space for divine feminine. And Queen of Swords, I always say, is this energy of a little cold. She's she's very much seen as harsh, and swords are communication, so she's very much seen as her words are harsh. Again, I'm going to go back to Nama's inner child and the healing, and how we can't beat ourselves up in the healing process. But here's what I know about the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords does not go around picking fights with people. Look it up. Google it. She doesn't. She wins the fights that are brought to her. And that's all I'm going to say. Eight of Wands is going to be the lesson, spiritual lesson that Divine Feminine is learning. And it's telling me that change is here, and it's here now. All right. Pull the purple tarot out one more time. Queen of Pentacles comes out. You could be struggling with resources. You could be concerned about the resources that you yourself are producing, finding, locating, and you could be looking for new resources. Queen of Swords, we have Six of Pentacles. I just want to say, if you felt that energy from that Queen of Swords and you felt like you've been in that energy, I promise you it helped you. Six of Pentacles, again, assistance, balancing the scales. In that same Rich Lop, if you guys haven't watched him, I don't know. I definitely feel like he, I don't know, I just felt funny about it the first couple of videos I watched, and now I think he's great. But he talks about how it's Aries, so he's talking to Aries, and he's like, don't poke the bear. You know what I mean? Don't poke the bear. Aries is not the person that you go and try to see, like, how mad can I make this person? Don't do that, because then the Queen of Swords happens, right? I'm not saying that we should be harsh to people or talk harshly to people. I do feel like we are in a healing process, but I also know that we're not supposed to take any crap either. All right, so Eight of Wands comes out, and Eight of Wands says change is here, and it came fast, and it most likely came, look at that, the Empress. Ooh, look at the Empress. Okay, but it just really confirms that you did it. You did it. It was hard. It hurt. You cried. You struggled. You thought it would never end, but you made it. So now the change is here. Like, the shift is here. I don't know what this means. It's going to mean a lot of things for everyone. It's going to mean something different for you. For some of you, this could be a job. This could be talking about like your own career, your own resources. Remember, masculine just went through that energy of that big change in career. But for most of you, this is going to be relationship. This is about us taking the time to be in relationship with no one but yourselves, right? That's how we become the Empress. All right. Big confirmation for Divine Feminine. The sudden change that's here is you stepping in your power. Beautiful. So let's pull messages from your person. I'm going to do 3 from masculine to feminine. Push it to the limits comes out. So masculine, definitely encouraging feminine energy to continue. I did what I thought was best comes out. I do see the broken heart. And we did get that sacrifice. And for some of you, you could be dealing with a Capricorn. And why did this happen to us? So I feel like these are all 3D messages. I'm definitely still encouraging here, but 2 energies that may have a little bit, I don't want to say victim consciousness, but it is a little bit of a woe me type of energy. Let's pull 3 from feminine to masculine. My left ear just started ringing. What's the left one mean, Michelle? There's too much pressure comes out. That's interesting because this is normally masculine's energy. But I definitely feel it over on feminine, and there is too much pressure. It is the feeling of having to stand alone. And for some of you, you could feel that energy even extra, especially if you have a counter, like if you met someone that caused all of this, right? Like that caused your spiritual awakening. And then there's like karmic energies involved. You could definitely feel like you're in the standalone, have to take it all on your shoulders type of energy. Say what you mean comes out. So I sense this energy of like frustration with communication, and we are mirroring each other comes out. This is going to be higher self, letting divine feminine know, because I don't think you know. Why do I matter so much is on the bottom. So I don't know who's that from, masculine or feminine, but here's what I'm going to say again. Again, if these messages pull at your heartstrings, if you watch my videos, if you feel like this is your energy, the divine feminine, or even the divine masculine, we definitely have a much larger divine feminine following. I forget what I was going to say. Lost it. It's challenging, right? It's not easy. It's not a fun journey. That's not true. It is fun after you get done healing. Well, it's not true. You're never done healing, right? But I guess after you get done going through the shadow work that we all put off, because, you know, who wants to do that stuff? All right, so this is going to be the guidance, and this is what Spirit has to say about my opinion. Warrior is here. It says, be fearless and stand strong. That's what I was going to say. Thank you, Spirit. But it's this energy of we are here to do something that's really important. And I don't think sometimes that we realize just how important it is. See, we think that we have free will here and that we're down here doing what we want. But the astrology, your natal charts tell me different. And they tell me that Spirit created you and put you here and gave you purpose. And that purpose is his will. Spirit's will is unconditional love, oneness, right? So it's like, that's what we're doing here. Did you guys know there's other people that have different types of spiritual awakenings and they have different purposes? There's people that have spiritual awakenings and their purpose is to go feed the hungry. And they just go around the world feeding all the hungry children. Remember Mother Teresa? I'm just saying, like, there's all kinds of different types of spiritual awakenings. If my messages are pulling at your heartstrings and you're like, this happened to me, then you most likely have a counterpart, have someone that you met in the midst of your own chaos, that kind of came over and tapped on your shoulder and said, hey, this isn't fun. Stop doing this. And you out of nowhere said, okay. So I'm just saying, and when you have these, me and Nama were talking earlier about like who is who. When you have these, guys, you only have one twin. You can have several soulmates. Soulmate energy is one of the easiest energies to not to find, I wouldn't say, but to see, to understand. Soulmates want to work things out. They always want to work things out just as much as you do, right? So that energy is always trying to come together. That's soulmate energy. I water you, you water me, we grow together. Karmic energy is challenging. It's a struggle. There's usually a giver and a taker, and that energy is about difficult, challenging lessons that have to be learned. And you can have more than one karmic relationship. I say it all the time. Same monster, different face, right? And that's going to be a karmic relationship. Twin flame is one. There's only one person that you met that catapulted your spiritual awakening. So before this happened to me, I didn't go to church. My kids went to church, but I didn't go to church. I didn't read the Bible. I didn't read any Bibles. I've read like 7 different religious books in the last 3 years. I've never done that a day in my life. I'm just saying. Like, of course, I had them read to me. The Audible is amazing. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I never had any interest in any of these things. And I was this not happy person. And I didn't have any intention on wanting to get better. You know what I'm saying? There was no want to do anything different. There was no search to spiritual awakening. What is happening to me? Why am I feeling these things? Why am I seeing and hearing these things? You see what I'm saying? There was none of that. Then one person happens, and then all of that happens. You see? So that's going to be your twin. And here's why people get this so confused. You have so many people out in the world, and not just tarot readers on YouTube, but they're just everywhere. People everywhere. The whole world is telling you that twin flames are soulmates. They put the words together. Your twin flame soulmate, your soulmate twin flame. It's like, no, there's no such thing. I have a dog. His name is Spencer. Remember I said I don't have a cat dog? You can't have both. You know what I'm saying? There's just one. Sky Father, trust in the unknown. I feel like that's strongly for divine feminine, because remember, I just got done saying that you're in this feeling of standing alone, and this feeling of having all of it put on your shoulders at this moment, and everybody's watching. Are you going to continue standing? 1, you're highly protected. I can't say that enough. 2, I mean, I know that you feel like you're not getting the messages. That's what I was going to say earlier. A couple of nights ago, I got a message that was very clear, and it told me to do something that it told me to do repeatedly, and I just kept ignoring it and doing what I wanted to do. And then it just got very quiet. And it definitely was this energy of, are you going to listen? Are you finally going to do it? And I did. We have Direction Guardian. Choose your path. All right. So this is going to be for everyone. It's the energy of the path is clear now. The bombs have exploded. I used a thumbnail for this live. I actually researched earthquakes, and it was supposed to be a picture of an earthquake. But there was also, I made another thumbnail. I sent it to Miss Tina. She loved it. And it was like where these trees had caught fire and everything had burnt to the ground, and all that was standing was like these burnt sticks. You know what I mean? And it was like everything was still smoky, and there was ash on the ground. That's definitely where we are now, right? So the slate is clean. You can do anything you want from this moment right now. Choose your path. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. And I am going to offer a couple current energy readings. So if anyone... Okay. There's not that many in here, right? We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I see 7, 5, and 2. If anyone has a question, does someone in here have a question? You can ask a question. I just heard it. All right, so let me clean up really quickly. And I'll pull you one message from your person, too. So I'm hearing current energy, one message from your person, or a question. Miss L, Nama, Rachel, I love you so much, Miss L. Are we doing current energy, or do you have a question? Someone's going to have a question because I heard it loud. It's David on Facebook. Will there be reconciliation in my marriage? All right. Can we add David to the list? Spirit is telling me loudly. And David, can I ask you, I mean, I guess you don't have time. Have you asked me that question before? Have I read that question before? All right, Miss L, let me know. Let me know if we're doing current energy. And I am going to stick with the purple tarot. Rachel says current energy. All right. I'm not seeing Miss L. I'm going to go ahead and do Nama's really quickly. I know she's been waiting forever. I want to know about the situation with whoever my person is to me. All right. Can we ask for confirmation? What can we ask for? Nama, can we ask for signs to point you in the direction of who your person is? Something that can give you like an overwhelming confident, like, yes, it's going to be that person, right? Or a card that says to like trust yourself in this moment, because you're definitely onto something here. All right, just let me know when we see Miss L, okay? Is it going to take the whole box? Sweet, not too bad. All right. Okay, so do you want current energy? Let me know. Current energy. Okay. All right, so here's what I'm told. I'm going to read your energy, Nama, and you just think about the person that you want the energy or information from. I'm going to start with masculine energy first. 2 cards came out. King of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles, planting seeds, but they're bloomed. Something's grown, something's popped out. King of Swords, this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is someone who speaks truth. Okay, this is someone who maybe didn't speak truth before, but they do now. All right, let's look at feminine. 2 again. So we have 6 of Wands, 8 of Swords coming out. 6 of Wands. Okay. Don't shoot the messenger. All right, so I study the 6 of Wands today too, and 6 of Wands is the card about a victory. Guys, whenever I study these cards, like Spirit tells me, hey, you need to go learn about this card, and I have to listen about it for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then that card comes up in the same day, that night in the readings, then I'm supposed to tell you what I learned, right? Okay, so 6 of Wands is a victory. It says that you ride in victoriously. This is the card that talks about kind of like the chariot, but it's the card that says, you know, you ride into town, all the people come in and they're cheering you on, they're waving their flags and they're so excited for you, right? But it is a little bit of a reversal energy. So when I feel a reversal energy with 6 of Wands, this is going to tell me like there's a pride issue. I don't want to be wrong about something. I don't want to say the word ego, but that's the word I'm hearing. And then 8 of Swords is here, and 8 of Swords is the energy of he talked about this today too, my goodness. But 8 of Swords was self-restriction. It's normally the card where you see the woman and she's like bound and tied and she has the blindfold on. And it said that, you know, she put that blindfold on herself. She bound herself. She told herself she couldn't do something, so she just remained stuck right there. So I feel like there's this energy of not wanting to be wrong about something, but that is keeping you stuck. All right, let's do bridging energy. Bridging energy. Two again. How interesting. Why the 2s? 6 of Cups, someone from your past. Page of Cups. This is a new offer. This is a new offer. Someone from your past. I feel like I may be reaching, but I felt like maybe a long time ago because of the length. But again, could be reaching. Page of Cups, again, new offer. And it could be if this person never said they were sorry about something, like it's long time coming, that's what it is. Long time coming. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. All right, there's Miss L. Current energy. Thank you, Miss L. Oh, you're so right. Don't let me forget, guys, because I will. I definitely will. Oh, that's the same one that came out earlier in the collective. Let's see if we can get you a new one. Ooh, look at this one, Nama. I feel like you are forgetting me, us. Do you remember when I asked you that question earlier today about did you feel that energy, and you said not really anymore? All right. Now we can go to Miss L. Thank you for reminding me, Nama. I hope it was helpful. Guys, make sure you're putting your peoples in the right slots. Definitely can be life-changing. All right, Miss L, the Emperor comes out. Spirit's been tough to me today. Okay, so I learned about I know you guys are like, what? I swear I just 78 degrees of tarot, guys. But the Emperor is actually Aries energy. It's one of my favorite cards, I thought, until I was listening to the 78 degrees of tarot. But it's an energy, it's power. And with this particular masculine energy, Miss L, it's telling me there's something about control here, wanting to control a situation. And this person could be struggling with, because I'm getting a reversal energy, so like loss of power. But the star is coming out for divine feminine energy. That's definitely your energy, Miss L. And I just want to say it feels full. It feels full. Like you're filling the cup. The star is the energy of, it's Aquarius. So you have Aries and Aquarius here, but it's the energy of a clean slate and I almost said extreme hope for the future. But I don't think extreme is the right word. Abundant hope for the future. 10 of Cups, yes, abundant hope for the future. 10 of Cups is the bridging energy, so the spiritual lesson you're both currently learning right now. 10 of Cups is emotional contentment. I feel like maybe this person had to lose something in order to realize what they loved. And this person needed this to happen so that they could have this clean slate, so that they could love again or be in love again. All right, Miss Al, let's do a message from your person. Oh, thank you, Nama. Wow, again, one that came out earlier. There's too much pressure, and you changed my life forever. And I'm just going to read it because they all came out. I can't find you anywhere. I've tried. So sorry. I was trying not to. Miss Al, throat chakra. Psh, squeeze shut. Almost like I was going to say scared to say something, but it's not. It's also scared to hear something. All right. I hope that was helpful, Miss Al. Oh, thank you, Diana. List, we have Rachel and David. Let's go ahead and close the list off after that. Guys, tomorrow night I will be doing a pick a card reading. I do believe I will be over on Twitch only. Thursday night I will be back with all 12 signs. Thursday night, all 12 signs. All right, Rachel, let's see. I think I see in Rachel's was current energy. All right, guys. So I think we should talk about this a little bit. Nama asked me about this, and I think I need to talk about it. When I'm doing, okay, so when we read tarot, we have a spread, right? You can read tarot. Like I could just turn these cards over and I could tell you a whole story. I could just read through them and tell you a whole story, right? I do believe it works that way. Some people say no. But I know that for us personally on this specific spiritual journey, when I was drawn to do these, I was shown a tarot spread. Guys, I had seen tarot before all of this. My mom had shown me tarot. Really, the pendulum was her thing, right? But I didn't know about spreads or any of that, okay? And I know what it sounds like, but I'm really getting to where I just don't care anymore. But I was just shown like, this is how you're supposed to do it. And this is what you need to do. I even have like journals, guys, like old journals. I know that I should dig out, right? Where I was getting this information and I was writing in my journal because my therapist at the time was like, hey, you need to keep a journal. So I had a journal, that I was writing things in. And then every once in a while, these spreads would like pop up, right? Like, hey, this question, I want to ask this question, I want to do this. And then I started to put together a current energy reading. I realized when I was doing this, as these pieces and parts were coming together, that I was just gathering all the information that I had gathered, and I was putting that information together in the most effective way I felt that I could find to tap into these energies. That's why we do head, heart, higher self. So that we could just go directly in and see what's the thought, what's the feeling, and what's the lesson. And I promise you that I didn't I want to say that I'm super magical and I'm the best tarot reader in the whole world, right? But I promise you that Spirit just gave me this information and told me how to do this. But I was told that I would be reading for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. I remember I was thinking like, I would never do this. Like, what is this information? I'm never going to do this. And I remember being told that these people that would be drawn to me would all be on my journey, right? We're all on this same journey. If you come in here and you watch one video and you leave, I hope you find your tribe, but clearly we weren't your tribe, right? If you come in here, my messages are going to pull at your heartstrings if you're on this specific journey, and you're going to be like, wow, how does she know? Right? Everybody asks me that. How do you know, Rosa? And they think, or, like when we do the all 12 signs, they're like, oh, she's talking to me or she's talking about me. Guys, I promise you there's 12 signs and I know hundreds of people. And I just want to say a lot of times I use moon signs, so not necessarily your sun sign. But I just want to say I feel like we really don't realize the numbers, right? But here's what I'm going to say. When I'm tapping into masculine and feminine energy, for those of you that are on the very same specific journey that I'm on, which we all call twin flames, right? The labels, I know I don't like them either. But when we're on this specific journey, when Spirit told me I was going to do this, I'm looking at your energy and your person's energy, okay? And when I say your person's energy or your counterpart, this is your soul, okay? Not everyone's soul was simultaneously incarnated in this lifetime. Remember, other people have different spiritual paths and different spiritual journeys. They're not experiencing this swapping back and forth of masculine and feminine energy with another being. You see what I'm trying to say? So I'm looking at the person that spirit tells me you're connected to. Now, whether you get that information and you see it as someone that you hung out with for a couple months, or someone that you dated last year, or someone that you think you like and you might date later, that's between you and spirit. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you the information of your masculine and your feminine energy, who you put in that position, or how that resonates to you, or what message spirit is trying to get across to you. You see what I'm saying? That's between you and spirit. You see? So just like when Nama hears me do an Aquarius reading and she's like, oh my gosh, that's for me, because that reading resonated with her and what's happening to her in her life at that moment. But it also resonated with several other people too. You see what I'm saying? And that's because they're putting those people and those slots, and it works for them in that situation. And again, that's why I always say, be very cautious who you have what label on. Make sure you know, are you even a twin flame? Are you even on this journey? Do these things even happen to you too? You see what I'm saying? Or do you just want to be on this specific journey because you're having a different type of spiritual journey and you just haven't realized like what woke you, right? That's some of you too. But for the most part, the ones we see in here all the time, Jenna, Miss L, Rachel, Diana, Sandra, all you guys have been with me almost since the beginning. Now we pick up one or two. Nama's kind of new, right? As we move along, it's not super fast growth over here, but we're definitely making it. Spirit told me do this and I wouldn't go without anything, and I really haven't yet. So I'm just saying, I feel like if this message feels like it's someone that you're with or someone that you're dealing with, that could be a message that spirit is trying to get to you. But then I would ask you, if you knew who your counterpart was in this journey, could you go and see if that message also resonated with that energy? That would be the question I would have next. All right. So, current energy for Rachel. Let's start masculine energy, 6 of Cups, someone from the past again. So I'm just going to say, Rachel, I heard it pretty clear. Like I feel like you're asking about someone coming in, because I can see the energy that you're pulling in, but this is energy from someone back here. 3 of Wands is here for your energy, and you are in your feminine energy. Wow, that's so weird. I heard because you're able to be. And Rachel, now I have questions, because that's really been a struggle for a lot of us. Like that has been, look at this. Ace of Wands is the bridging energy. So destiny, fate. On the bottom, 7 of Cups, there is confusion. I I heard it really loud, because you're able to be. So then I'm going to ask you, are you surrounding yourself with energies that allow you to be in your feminine energy? Because if that's the case, then this is going to be the person that you're asking about. And then this is going to represent something like gifts. And then this is going to say that, I mean, I know it sounds weird, but it's like someone from your past has given you this gift. And the 3 of Wands is, hope for the future, but it's for hope for a brighter future, but it's about taking action. You're already doing it. And I think you're doing it by, are you purposely trying to stay in your feminine energy? Like, do you, Are you doing anything to like, I'm not sure what I'm feeling here. It's like I'm feeling this energy like I'm purposely trying to surround myself, do activities, read, learn, listen, music, whatever it is that's going to keep me in my divine feminine energy. And I'm just saying, if that's what's happening, I'm going to need to know the hows to that. But Ace of Wands is fate, destiny. So whatever is happening, it's supposed to happen. It's meant to happen. All right, Rachel, I'm going to pull a message from your person. And then we had David last, right? Good night, Nama. Thank you so much, Nama. All right, Rachel, this is too hard. Why can't I cut you off? Yeah, it's definitely someone from the past. That's not true. My next question is going to be, is the person that you are asking about, do they find themselves like obsessively thinking? Yeah, look at this. Why is this so hard? Yeah. If you're asking me about the newer energy, one, I feel like your old energy came in strong, first card out, and definitely gave me this energy of like, this is a gift for you. So it's like I'm allowed to tap into this energy. But it's like the person you're asking about, the soulmate, is like they don't understand how come you can't come into some union quicker. Like if it's fated, if it's someone you're supposed to meet, which it is, Ace of Wands, then it's like, why can't we just come together? And that's the energy that I'm getting. All right, I hope that was helpful. I have to reflect on that. Definitely confused. There are multiple people. I understand. Oh my gosh. I heard the story. David, let me know that you're still here and I'm going to do your reading. But I heard the story and I got to tell you guys. Okay, ready? Okay, so this lady on TikTok, she's a super funny lady. I love her because she gets on there, no makeup, hair's all totally wacky every time, and she just gives no shits, right? And I'm just like, man, I wish I could do that. But anyway, she gets on and she's talking about how she's, like she's single and she's had this, type of experience with this person where she thinks that he likes her, but she's afraid to ask him, like, does he like her, so she just flirts with him a lot. And then there was this other guy that she had met on an app and that she started talking to him. And she said this is how she knew that she couldn't like date multiple people, at the same time. It just wasn't for her. That's why she's telling the story. But she said the guy on the app, she's talking to him and she's like talking about getting together and meeting up. Or I guess it was two guys on the app because there's 3 people total, right? So 2 guys on dating app and 1 guy that she meets at work that she kind of flirts with and she likes. Well, she decides she's going to have this party, this Christmas party, but they all have to work on her Christmas party. So she's like, oh, look at Rachel. She's like, I'm not dating none of them. But oh my gosh, that made me laugh. But so she decides she's going to have this Christmas party, and she doesn't know who to invite. So she's like really struggling, like, who to say, anything to. And so she tells the one guy that is like 2 hours away or something. And he's like, yeah, I'll come, but you'll have to come pick me up and then bring me back so I can come to your party. And she was like, well, I can't really do that, but if you make it, great. If you don't. She's like, so scratch that guy, probably not coming, right? And then there was like another one and he had some other reason, like maybe why he couldn't come. And then there was like the guy at work where she's telling everyone at work that she's having this party. And she even says like, hey, I need a head count so I could see like, who all's coming. And so she's like saying it to everyone, but she's like really hoping this one guy, says something to her. And so he does, and he mentions, whatever, or I think she says that, maybe he didn't. I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't say anything. She wasn't sure. Well, anyway, doorbell rings. People are coming to the party, and the work guy shows up with all the people, right? So she's all excited, and super, stoked. And then all of a sudden, like, the other two people show up too. So now all three people are at this party and she's freaking out, right? Like she's not this type of person, she said. She doesn't really date a bunch of people. She doesn't know how they all ended up at the same house at the same time. She's like, what am I going to do? So she's like, honesty is the best policy. So she takes them all in the kitchen. She's got all three dudes in there. And she's like, look, this is what happened. And she goes through the whole story and she's like, I'm sorry it happened. But she's like, so, here we are. What do we do now? And the guy from work was like, well, I'm going to be the first one you can scratch my name off the list because I like so-and-so. So he went off to go find that girl. So she was like, scratch. And then the other two just turned around, looked at her and walked out. I know, right? She's like, never again. One at a time. Chelsea, Nelson, and Pooja. I don't know why that story just lifted my spirits. Didn't it? Yes, Pooja, I will definitely add you on there. Absolutely. We were going to do David. David, let me know that you're still here, that you waited patiently. I know you asked a question and you are here. And I know you wanted to ask about your reconciliation with your person. So let me do David. And we can go ahead and add Pooja. And Chelsea, let me know. And then after that, I promise it's closed. Oh, sweet. Yes, Rachel, yes. I feel like, okay, so I don't want to, but I feel like that's the lesson that I'm having right now. Absolutely. All right, David, let's see what comes out for your question. All right, so it's a victory. So it's a yes, but there's like conditions. Four of Swords is healing. And it's like you're still on this path. See how the sword's like laying in the road? So it's like you're still on this path. You're still on this road. You're not done yet. Queen of Pentacles, there's something about... okay, so Queen of Pentacles is always going to be resources. A lot of times with us, resources is money. So your healing path could have something to do with like you becoming your own resource. There could have been like an issue with finances with this person, something like that. Control over monies, something like that. And that's what's needing to be healed first. But the Chariot says you do it. You ride in victoriously. And you do it. Not only do you do it well and victoriously, but it's like you follow the rules. You follow the guidance. You listen to Spirit. The Chariot definitely major arcana, right? And I will say it's like this energy of someone may have been in like a gray area before, like with the Chariot. But you see the black and white. So it's like someone picked a lane. Someone said, okay, so before maybe I was shady. Maybe I went this way and then I went that way and then I went this way. You see what I'm saying? And it's like somebody has picked a lane here. I think that has more to do with the other person's energy. Your energy has to do with like the resources and the healing path, that journey that you're on. Here's the thing. Do you have to completely be healed to be in a relationship with someone? I don't believe so. But here's what I now 110% know. Can you cause more damage if you jump into something that you're not ready to? Can you cause more delays? Yes, I would say yes. So the answer to your question about reconciliation is yes. And Cancer energy is here, which is interesting. We're fixing to move into Leo energy, but we are still in Cancer energy. But it's like, it's something about understanding the path that you're on and understanding that like it's not going to stop. You have to keep going. I think a lot of times when we're asking, especially when it's a spiritual counterpart, it's a twin counterpart. When we're asking about reconciliation, we're asking about 3D reconciliation, but Spirit is giving us information about the spiritual union that you're already in. You see what I'm saying? All right. I hope that was helpful, David. All right, let's see. Oh, Diana, I love you so much. Did you know PLR can now accept super chats, energy exchange? Absolutely. Super cool. Miss L, please like, share, subscribe. Yes. All right. So where were we? We were going to do Pooja and Chelsea, right? Absolutely. Let me get a message for David really quickly. You are the only one who understands me. I have a story for this, David. I remember one time having a conversation with my person, and I said, I feel like they don't understand what I'm saying, like I'm speaking a different language. And I was like, why do you understand what I'm saying, right? Like, how come we didn't even have to finish sentences and we could understand what we were saying, right? We didn't have to speak words to understand what we were saying. But it was funny because he made this noise like ting ting, water something, and I was like, what is that? And he's like, it's spoons being thrown down the hallway, but it sounds like you're speaking Japanese. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's kind of how it feels, right? Like they don't quite, not on the same page. All right, Chelsea and Pooja. Chelsea, are you wanting to do current energy? Do you want like general guidance? Did you have a question? Thank you, David. All right, so Spirit's telling me, Chelsea, to pull out the angels and ancestors. So let's just see what wants to come out. Chelsea, do you feel choked up? Like needing to clear your throat? My eyes started watering. It's almost like I'm having an allergic reaction, but I'm in Miss Tina's office, so or like allergies. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're outside and you have allergies, it's kind of like that, but it definitely came out of nowhere. So it's like someone that could be emotional. Okay. So summer comes out, bask in joy and light. Night, be brave and honest. And shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. Okay, none of those messages are the messages that I'm getting. This one is Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. Both ears just started ringing. Trust your talents in changing times. Okay, you're not basking. So July, guys, this is the toughest month of the year, honestly. In my opinion, studying the astrology, I've already went all the way through to the end of the year. And yes, I'm going to say that July is going to be the absolute toughest month of the entire year. And that is probably going to be for me. And it's probably going to be like PLR collective energy. So at the moment, you may not necessarily be basking in joy and light. It's super hot. I know that. But there's this energy of you could have expected something and it didn't turn out the way that you expected. In fact, it didn't turn out anything like you expected. And you're maybe questioning why it shifted in this way. And I don't think that you expected it to shift that way. And I could definitely be talking about a person. I could be talking about a person who wasn't brave and maybe wasn't honest. I don't know. I don't think that's you. I think this energy is connected to the shapeshifter energy. It does say transform and unveil your gifts. But I think this is you. All right. I want to pull out, let me grab the book really quickly. I want to read that Spirit Fox. The shapeshifter is giving me this energy of someone that was around you that maybe pretended to do something or pretended to be someone. And then you like saw the light. You saw that maybe it wasn't what you wanted or what you expected. And it's kind of like it's thrown you off. I know it's in here somewhere. All right. So Spirit Fox, it says stay alert as change is in the air. Stay alert as change is in the air. The Spirit Fox features my favorite animal of all time, the red fox, an amazingly resilient creature able to survive in urban environments or the freezing temperatures of the Arctic. Foxes know that's what happened. They went from hot to cold. If foxes know what it's like to be hunted, for centuries they have been sought for their precious fur when they want to do is survive. So the Spirit Fox can help you overcome the energies of adversity and unfair treatment. Also, urban foxes hide in cities and go about their business in the darker hours. The fox offers the medicine of blending in. Blending in. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. All right, Pooja's last one, right, Pooja? She says, yes. I hope that was really direct. All right, Pooja. I love you, ladies. Look at everyone sending Chelsea love and light. Yes, absolutely. All right, Pooja, I'm going to pull one out and I'll tell you any messages I receive and then we'll read it out of the book. And Chelsea, I just want to say you can always reach out to me. I do have my Facebook Messenger. Of course, you can email me. And then, of course, you can Etsy message me too. If you just feel like you need to talk, I know it's hard sometimes finding people that understand the journey. Pooja, at first I was getting energy like I couldn't get the cards in order, but it's not that there's a lack of order, it's that there's a bunch of information that wants to come out. I'm really going to try to pull one, but I think we're just going to pull whatever comes out. All right. Broken Arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. Embrace the energy of peace. Did you get this one recently? All right, let's look in the book really quickly. Oh, you're awesome, Chelsea. You're awesome. Brave, and awesome. You guys know when I was at the beginning of my journey, I didn't talk. In any of the videos or lives that I attended, I never said a word. That's why I don't mind it when we get like, the quiet people that just kind of come and hang out, because I understand. I understand. So yeah, I mean, you really have to grow the big balls to get out and start talking and asking questions and telling people how you feel, and you know what I'm saying? And it took me a long time. It still takes me a long time, guys. I mean, I don't want to be like, oh, I got it down. I mean, clearly that's why my face isn't on the camera. Just saying. I swear, this book, I'm gonna find it. All right, it says, embrace the energy of peace. So Pooja, it says, let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare to offer peace. Ooh, Pooja. Pooja, you weren't here earlier, and I talked about the astrology, and I think that's the message that you're supposed to be getting. So I'm going to recommend then when I get done with the live that you go back and watch the beginning of the video. I do talk about the astrology, and I talk about, I was watching Rich Locke today, and he was talking about how you don't poke the bear. He was actually talking in an Aries reading. We all know how Aries people are, right? I'm the Aries, so I'm not knocking. I'm just saying that, I mean, we're kind of challenging. But he was saying, like, people, they mistreat you, and you can turn your cheek, and you can even get angry in a kind way, and I mean, I don't even know how that's possible, but it's like after they mistreated you for the 300th time, you may not regain composure, or have your composure, and you may get angry, and you may not be embracing the energy of peace. But Pooja, I know your energy. So I know that if that's the case, it's like someone poked the bear, right? Someone came and poke. So there could be someone around you that is just trying to get a reaction from you. And the guidance is going to be embrace the energy of peace. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. All right, everyone. I hope we've gotten everyone covered. The energy definitely picked up the last half of the reading. I find that pretty interesting. It just makes me wonder, like, who came and who went, right? But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming in here. Definitely helped me a lot today. Don't forget, guys. Thank you, Pooja. Don't forget, guys, I will be over on Twitch. I think I am going to do it just Twitch only tomorrow. I'm not sure what type of, I mean, I know we're going to do a pick a card. I'm not sure which one yet. But I will announce it on my Facebook page. So if you guys haven't followed us on Facebook, Purple-Lunarose Tarot, make sure to do so, guys. Link's going to be in the description box. Twitch link is also in the description box. And then Thursday we will be back, and we will continue looking at the week of July 23rd through the 29th. And we will look at all 12 signs. Thank you, everyone that came in. Thank you, everyone who donated. I love all of you so very much. I appreciate all of you so very much. And I am always, always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night.